He played the greatest game I've ever seen played by a man that age in a key game.
3:22 to go in the first period. Bird, defended now by McAdoo. Kareem knocks the ball away from Parish. They try to get it inside to Robert. Dennis Johnson finds Magic.
And that's the tough job for Dennis to find Magic at times.
McAdoo, who's hit his first two, banks this one in.
Larry Bird is a free safety. He gambles, and Riley wants McAdoo to take those shots and hit them. He's going to be wide open a lot.
Parish with a sky hook of his own. 8 points for Robert Parish. McHale also has 8 for the Celtics.
No limp in his game today, Robert Parish.
Key thing is whether he could jump, and he's shown he can do that. McAdoo again. Bird's going to have to play him much tougher now.
I think they're keying on Bird right now, both Jabbar and everybody else on the Lakers.
Bird gets free inside, and McAdoo and McHale are going at it now. Somebody better step in, and Jimmy Rogers, the Laker assistant, and the officials bring a halt to this in a hurry.
One of the reasons, Dick, is that when you start platooning guys to use their fouls against one player, he gets a little angry about it. And McHale knew that happened in game 2, and now he's trying to sort of stem the tide.
McAdoo still wants to get at McHale, and Earl Strom will have none of that.
Here's Bird making a good move and a little fake, and there's McAdoo coming over the top. And trying to get up the court, McAdoo takes a swing at him. So that's just that little aggressiveness showing by both players right now.
This is where the officials have to make a definitive move to control this game, because it is still early with 2:15 to go. A double foul has been called against McAdoo and against Kevin McHale. No shooting.
Affects the Celtics more than the Lakers.
Michael Cooper is coming to the ball game, and he'll be all over Larry Bird. Cooper was an offensive star as well in game number 2 with 22. McAdoo going in. Kareem. 12 for Kareem, and he needs 8 to break Jerry West's record.
Well, they're getting physical, the Lakers, much like they did in game 2.
Johnson puts a fake on Magic Johnson. And getting position is Kareem, and the Lakers, trailing by 1, will try to take the lead with 1.5 minutes to go in the first.
I'll tell you, this is really inflicting will for will. Both teams have it for a couple of minutes, and then it changes. Terrific.
Kareem, Cooper. Long sky hook at the 24-second buzzer. 1:10 to go in the first period. Bird in the corner. Kareem rebounds, and LA can retake the lead again. McAdoo. Under a minute to go in the first period. And this is the tightest first period of action we have seen in this series.
Are they looking for Bob McAdoo?
They brought him in early and wanted to get him off, and he did, to the tune of 8 points at this time. 5 on the shot clock and a foul against the Lakers. They are in the penalty, and so the Celtics will shoot 1 plus the penalty.
I think, Dick, that the officials right now know that there's anticipated tough ball game with physical hand checking, and they just called it on Michael Cooper trying to clean it up.
Kareem goes out, and Mitch Kupchak, who had a tremendous impact in the second game with 15 strong minutes, 5 rebounds and 5 points. And if you want to talk about this game moving up a notch in intimidation, it could with Mitch in there.
Well, Mitch is a guy that was really throwing his body around in game 2. In fact, Casey Jones cited him for the real dirty play of trying to take Robert Parish's head off.
Cedric Maxwell, who has been little used to the Celtics, he's not at full strength, replaces McHale, and the crowd lets them know how they feel about him.
Maxwell, that's a key move by Casey Jones. He's hopeful that Maxwell will regain his form. He needs his inside play.
Larry Bird, 1 of 2 from the line. Celtics lead by 2 points with half a minute to play now. Against Maxwell. McAdoo. But there's Kupchak. He had the layup and he couldn't do it. And now the Celtics play for the last shot. Celtics waited until the last minute for their first substitution. Pat Riley went 3 men into the Laker bench. 5 seconds. Bird out of the pack. And that'll do it. 1 second to go. Cooper fires it up. And the Boston Celtics, in the closest first period of the series, have their biggest lead, 29-25.